If you are starting the new year a little bit sluggish, maybe your gut health needs a little bit of TLC, then this video is for you. I wanted to share a couple of tips and tricks that I use throughout the holiday season to support my gut and just really block out and process and even detox as much as I can of any of the processed ingredients, seed oils, and other inflammatory ingredients maybe I was exposed to during certain parties or get-togethers. You know, not everyone is gonna cook as clean as you do, but there are some things you can do to rebalance your gut health once it's all said and done. So here's a couple of my favorite ways to support your gut post-holiday carnage. So if you've followed me for a while, you know I'm a big fan of bone broth. And one of the things that bone broth is really amazing for, of course, it is good for gut health, but not everybody is gonna make a whole pot of homemade bone broth. And so one easy way to get the effects, or at least some of the effects of bone broth for your gut health, is to add collagen into your diet. If you don't have a clean collagen, I like this brand. There's a lot of them out there. But the reason why you want to add collagen into your diet, not just your skin, not just your hair, not just the other things you've heard maybe about collagen, but it actually helps seal your gut lining. If you have a leaky gut, that's what that means. Where you need to seal your lining of your gut so all those toxins don't leach into your bloodstream and start circulating over and over and over throughout your body. And so collagen can actually help repair the gut lining itself, which is going to be a massive root cause for many people, and one of the reasons why you even have flare-ups to begin with after you have processed ingredients. So that's tip number one. And I will say, you don't actually have to do all of these tips. These are just a few things you can implement based on the experience or maybe the symptoms you're having after the holidays. So that's one. Number two, I think it's important to understand that there's a difference between a probiotic and a prebiotic, okay? So things like yogurt, they're really, really amazing for your gut. As you know, it can keep the good bacteria really strong, steady, and balanced. The more good bacteria, essentially, the better in the gut. And a prebiotic and a probiotic are different, but one really easy way to make sure you're getting both is to add something like pickles, as long as it's a good brand. Things like pickles, sauerkraut, even high quality olives can be fermented food that can actually feed the good bacteria in your gut and help balance the acid in your stomach. The stomach is a very acidic environment. So you could have too high acidic issues, you could have too low acidic issues in the gut, and both disrupt the way you digest your food and actually how you absorb nutrients as well. So if you want to lower inflammation in your gut, add fermented type foods. Just make sure they're high quality. And I can already hear it in the comments. If you are lactose intolerant or can't have normal yogurt, there are many other coconut milk type brands. This is called Coconut Cult. That's not an ad. That's just one of the many brands that use actually the same technique as yogurt, but with coconut milk. So it's very gentle on the digestive system. Probably seen all over the internet, a lot of influencers do take a shot of extra virgin olive oil and lemon. If you were to juice this lemon and put it on top of this and then take it like a shot, this would be really powerful for your gut health. Not only are lemons naturally detoxifying to the gut, there's a theory that your digestive system is like a fire and you need to kindle that fire. And so that is where the extra virgin olive oil comes in to the digestive system. Not only is it gonna make your joints feel better and have less inflammation throughout the body, it's gonna really fast act your digestive system. There's so much research about olive oil in the gut health, and especially compounded with and added with lemons out there. So do your own research, but check that combo out. And then why I have the lemon, one of the best ways to detoxify as well is just making sure that you're properly hydrated, and a really good herbalist tonic, if you will, to detoxify the gut and just really start to move even your lymph system, move your other detox pathways, is a simple mixture of warm water, the lemon juice, and then a little bit of cayenne pepper. I'm talking like a little bit to really boost that circulation system, and then it moves out through the body, and then it really gets you not just hydrated, but start detoxing all those pathways. There's so many things I could say about cayenne, but with this mixed together, a little bit of Celtic salt, you get some electrolytes in there as well. And so that's a really powerful way to start gently detoxing your entire system for anything you could be exposed to. I actually typically like to drink this every morning, but specifically around this time of year, it's going to be really beneficial for you. And what we're talking about with the lemon, and then even creating a better acidic environment through fermented foods, that's actually the reason why people take apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar can help your digestive system, and I definitely am not discounting it, but it's incredibly harsh on most people's system, and it's really hard on your tooth enamel. So there's just gentler ways to support the body, but this is a good way if you want to try it. It tastes disgusting, but if you're used to it, or if you can get by it, it's going to work for you. The next one a lot of you are going to think is obvious is adding a little bit more fiber in your diet. You can get the ones at the drugstore, but you've got to know that it's going to be synthetic fiber. It's going to be fake fiber sent to trick your system to start detoxing, essentially. And one thing I will say is a lot of times people think that fiber is just to help, you go to the bathroom, but that's really not the case, because fiber helps you eliminate waste. And that could be all kinds of waste. That could be the chemicals you were exposed to, the dyes you were exposed to, the seed oils, even excess hormones in your body. If you are estrogen dominant, for example, a lot of the synthetic ingredients maybe you were exposed to during the holiday season will actually create fake estrogen in your body. So dudes, you're getting man boobs. Ladies, you're having incredible mood swings. All of that can actually be helped with fiber. Most people don't know that. They just assume it's for, going to the bathroom. And so actually adding some fiber into your diet can reset your gut health and start to move all of the stuff maybe you were exposed to out of your body really gently. And so this is something I'm actually testing right now. I just started to use this brand, and so I'll get back to you on that. But any kind of high quality real food fiber you can incorporate. It doesn't have to be a supplement. You can just add more natural fiber into your diet with food, right? Okay, I'm about to share one of the most important ones for all of us, but first I want to talk about maybe something a little bit more serious. If you were out and about this holiday season and you actually think that you were exposed to parasites, that is not uncommon. If you actually know the Christmas Story movie, the dad is going to try the turkey and they're like, no, wait, it's got to rest. It's got to come to temperature. And then the wife says, don't eat that. You might get worms, right? There is a really unfortunate reality that if you eat any kind of undercooked meat or poor quality meat, there's a good chance that you could be exposed to parasites. So if you actually think that you were exposed to parasites during the holiday season, this is a really good supplement. It's called Paragard. I'm actually going to do an entire write-up on my experience using this. I actually just recently finished a parasite cleanse, and I'm excited to share my experience with you. So if you really think you were exposed to parasites, this is a good brand. And then if you don't want to buy a supplement, adding some pumpkin seeds into your diet is very, very good for your gut and is anti-parasitic. Okay, the next thing on the list is more on the herbalist and detoxing side. It does help with your gut, but it's an overall detox as well, and that is milk thistle. When you want to help your body, you want to help your liver, and especially even with your gut health, anything that is exposed to your gut first gets seen by the liver. Your liver does more than 500 different operations when it comes to detoxing and getting things out of your body that doesn't need to be there. And so milk thistle is a really powerful and gentle way to cleanse the body on a cellular level. And so what milk thistle does is it basically creates a shield around your liver. At the same time, it creates a broom inside the liver, sweeping out the things that don't need to be in there. So not only are more things not going to get in and damage it, it's also going to get anything out that could be causing stagnation, sluggishness, or anything with the liver that could be slowing it down, because your liver directly affects your gut. I could go on about this topic, but my last tip for today is simply digestive enzymes. I really like this brand. You can get it on Amazon. You can get the links to all these products either in my story. You can comment or DM, and I'll send you exactly what I've been talking about in this video. But digestive enzymes, you already have them in your body. You need digestive enzymes in your stomach to absorb nutrients. And so even if you're eating amazing and like 10 out of 10 best diet ever, but you don't have enough digestive enzymes in your stomach, then you're not going to actually break down the food correctly and absorb those nutrients into your body. And so if you feel bloated right after you eat, that's a good sign that you need more digestive enzymes to actually break down that food and absorb it better. I literally take this before almost every big meal. So if I know I'm going to a holiday event or I know I'm going out to dinner, I take this and then some vitamin E. Vitamin E helps cut back the effects and the oxidative effects of seed oils. And so if you can do digestive enzymes and vitamin E before you go out or have a big meal, you're gonna see a massive, massive difference in your digestive health and even just your gut health, how flat your stomach is, all of that stuff. So, all right, so that is it. I could go on about this topic, so I hope that you follow for more. None of this is medical advice, but when you cook with real food and start to support your body the way it needs, you can absolutely heal yourself.